Happening now, a new task force in Chautauqua County has renewed the fight for justice for a mother last seen alive nearly 2 decades ago. And the Lucille Ball Comedy Festival doing more than just making people laugh. It also is keeping friends together.
Plus, a look at this year's Gerry Rodeo, which is drawing hundreds from near and far to rural Chautauqua County. I'm Jackson Hickey. That story is next.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Those stories and more are coming up. But first, a newly formed cold case task force is bringing a nearly 2 decades old homicide of a Jamestown mother to the forefront, with investigators believing someone has the answers to crack their case. Our Alyssa Wright spoke with cold case investigator Tom Tarpley for the latest on this. She joins us live now from the newsroom with more. Alyssa?
Justin, Yolanda Bindix was last seen alive on August 10th of 2004, leaving the Family Dollar on Fluvanna Avenue. 2 years later, Bindix remains were discovered in a wooded area in the town of Charlotte. Over the past 18 years, her family has been pleading for answers as to what happened to Yolanda, and now a new task force in Chautauqua County has renewed the fight for justice.
We're at a critical juncture in this case. The work that we have done, we believe that the answers are out there to resolve this case. We believe that there are people not only here in Chautauqua County, specifically in Jamestown and the surrounding area, but also out of state that have answers to this case. And we are looking for those people, regardless of whatever reason they had for not disclosing that information back when the case originated. We're now looking for them to come forward and contact the sheriff's office so that we can resolve this case.
Bindix's brother was watching her 4 children on that fateful night while she was working. Her last conversation informed him she was going to stop for some milk before returning home. Police later found her car in a nearby Arby's parking lot. Her killer still has not been identified.
Yolanda was working at the Family Dollar on Fluvanna in Jamestown. She got off of her shift. She was seen entering her vehicle, and that was the last time she was ever seen again until her remains were found 2 years later up in the state forest in the town of Charlotte.
Over the years, Bindix's family has kept the murder in the media. Last year, they held a vigil in her memory at Jamestown's Bergman Park.
Unfortunately, though, at some point, the case went cold. It was continued to be investigated, but leads had kind of run out until we started looking at the case again in 2022.
Now, officials believe that the answers are out there.
That we feel that we're at a position now where we can resolve this case. We just need some additional information, which we believe is out there.
In June, the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office created this new Unsolved Crimes Unit. Anyone with information that could help bring closure to Yolanda Bindix's family are asked to contact investigator Tom Tarpley at 716-753-4578 or message the Unsolved Chautauqua Facebook page. Live in the newsroom, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
A former Sherman treasurer is facing felony charges after allegedly stealing more than $20,000 in cash from the village of Sherman. New York State's comptroller, Chautauqua County District's attorney, and the county sheriff's office charged 54-year-old Ann Gilbert, who now resides in Florida, with third-degree grand larceny. Gilbert allegedly embezzled village funds to pay for her personal utility bills and purchases from QVC, Pampered Chef, and other local stores. To conceal her alleged crime, she stopped recording cash village tax payments and instead pocketed that money. After the village of Sherman's mayors discovered her action, she reported her to the state comptroller and DA, who then commenced an investigation. Gilbert was the village treasurer from June of 2007 until August of 2016. A project to develop a new green space and play area on Jamestown's east side is coming to fruition. The Appleyard Greenway project was first proposed about 5 years ago to help improve the environment in what is predominantly an urban neighborhood surrounding the Appleyard Terrace apartments in the area of Windsor and East 2nd Streets. After purchasing and then demolishing a series of rundown houses to make room for the park, the project paused briefly during the pandemic, with work to build a fenced-in playground, pathways, and various seating along with benches off a lot off of East 6th Street, now resuming.
We're working with the Department of Development for the actual playground. We're looking right around $40,000 to $50,000 for that alone. And the rest of the funding came for New York State Parks and Rec, and that was right under $400,000.
Another property directly next to the Eastside YMCA on East 2nd Street also had hopes for development. However, due to price increases, it will remain temporarily on hold until additional funding can be secured. The Lucille Ball Comedy Festival does more than just make people laugh. It's also keeping friends together over the years. As our Bronson Rasmussen reports, for one group of women, they look forward to this festival every year, not just for the comedic performances, but also to catch up with one another.
We're here for Lucy.
The group uses the comedy festival to keep in touch. In fact, they've met here annually for the past 2 decades, even during the pandemic.
Yeah, this is how we keep up with each other. And last year there was none, but we came anyway and had our birthday party at the ballpark.
Just like these 4, another group from outside the area visited Jamestown for the festival to see comedian Margaret Cho.
Awesome. It's so fun. I'm so happy.
Where else can you go get food trucks, beer on the street, music, and then you're going to go into a comedy show? It's freaking brilliant.
We purposely chose this side for our reunion.
Yes.
We get together every year. We're college roommates. We purposely chose this side this year because we love Molly Cho.
Those behind this year's comedy festival say that it's rewarding to see everything come together.
We all have these staff shirts on, and just to have guests coming up to us and, you know, applauding everyone's efforts and saying what a wonderful time they're having and find out where they're all coming in from. I mean, we've had Chicago, Massachusetts, obviously a lot of locals as well, but really folks from all over.
The staggering amount of people from outside the region that visit downtown Jamestown help keep places like Full Moon Rising Bakery in business.
It's definitely mostly tourists down here, I would say. When people say tourism doesn't happen in Jamestown, those are the people who don't hang out Jamestown and see it happening, because the main people who walk into my bakery all year long are tourists. Those are the people who keep me in business. So whoever's saying that Jamestown isn't happening, they don't come hang out down here.
Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
Bronson, thank you. Tonight, comedic performances continue with Jeff Foxworthy at the Northwest Arena, and Saturday with the Legends of SNL. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter here with that, and really an astonishing image that you captured today, Dakota, here from Randolph Peaches and Cream's camera. I mean, I think it should be on like a weather calendar or something like that.
Yes, it should be. I mean, it was fantastic. You can still kind of see it here. This is a storm that bubbled up east of the camera site. The camera is located just at Wheaton Park at Randolph Peaches and Cream. You can't really see it anymore, but we were able to see the rain coming down from this particular storm. Go on our social media pages and see it. It's really cool. It was this storm right here we were looking at. It bubbled up right here, and it's moving like this toward the east very slowly, and this is what we're going to be dealing with through the afternoon, these pop-up showers and storms. 81 was the high yesterday, started the day at 66, 90 and 40 are the records. So partial sunshine, scattered showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. Some of them could contain heavy rain, still muggy, 77 to 85. We still are in a wet pattern through at least mid next week. About it with that Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later in the show, Justin.
We'll see you then, Dakota. Thank you. As we continue here, the latest efforts to crack down on illegal guns in New York. This as police have announced a significant seizure. And later, fighting fentanyl with harm reduction, what medical experts are doing to save lives. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
What is going on, my New York friends? My understanding is that you're in school for a little bit longer than most people, but I got some good news for you. Where are you going to be on September 10th? in Jamestown, New York with me at 7 o'clock at the Reglena Theater. And you can get your tickets at reglena.com, REGLENNA.com. Make sure that you grab those now. It's going to be so much fun. Jamestown, New York, September 10th. Come and have fun with me.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
In the past 6 months, New York State Police have reported a significant increase in gun seizures. Governor Kathy Hochul announced a 104% increase in gun seizures so far in 2022 compared to last year. The reason, in part, is due to an investigation that led to the recovery of 30 guns, including 6 assault rifles, 7 magazines, 12 ghost gun pistols, and assorted ghost gun parts. Since then, several arrests have been made. Governor Hochul is allocating $2.5 million to fund 14 positions in New York State's gun trafficking indirection unit as part of the 2023 budget. This year, the unit, she says, was created to stop gun trafficking and has seen an uptick in gun seizures across the state because of it.
We've had one goal, get illegal guns off our streets. This is the primary driver of crime that is violent, and this is where our focus has been, and I want to thank the unprecedented cooperation and the recognition we're now receiving.
Now, as part of their initiative, state troopers have seized nearly 800 guns since the beginning of the year. In total, more than 31,000 guns have been seized by law enforcement across New York. And a Buffalo man is accused of using Twitter to threaten to kill black people at a Buffalo grocery store. The U.S. Attorney's Office said that 24-year-old Rolik Walker of Buffalo was arrested and charged with making an interstate threat. According to the complaint, just 2 days after the racist shooting at the Tops grocery store on Jefferson Avenue, Walker created a Twitter account dubbed Conklin Hero. Conklin, New York, is the place where the May shooting suspect is from. Walker then used his account to post that he and his associates were targeting several grocery stores in the Buffalo area. Walker later attempted to hide his Twitter account by using an app on his phone that makes his IP address invisible. Well, according to CDC, there were over 107,000 American lives lost in the 12-month period ending in January 2022. Now, some medical professionals are advocating for a tool to reduce that number. Experts say over 70% of those deaths involved the deadly synthetic opioid fentanyl. Fentanyl was once manufactured by pharmaceutical companies and prescribed to help cancer patients manage their pain. Now it's being illicitly produced and laced with more substances, often unbeknownst to the user. Experts who are advocating for fentanyl strips provided by the company Signify and Analytics say they can save lives, especially younger adults.
Drug use and experimentation is commonplace amongst our adolescents, and we know now that adolescents between 18 and 25, the primary cause of death in the United States is from fentanyl overdoses.
Signify Analytics hopes to eventually use data from positive tests to track potential harm and share information with professionals and members of the community. You can learn more about the new test strips at our website, WNYNewsNow.com. Congressional members are speaking out following a recent vote in which would ban assault rifles. Many of our members are calling it a gun grab. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp reports.
On a mostly party-line vote,
the yeas are 217, the nays are 213. The bill is passed.
The House passed a bill called the Assault Weapons Ban of 2022. The bill prohibits the sale, manufacture, transfer, or import of various semi-automatic assault weapons, semi-automatic pistols, and semi-automatic shotguns, or a large-capacity ammunition feeding device. Following the recent mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York, there's been a push for more gun control, and Democrats have been eyeing this kind of legislation for a while. At one point in our history, the U.S. did have an assault weapons ban, but that ban had a sunset provision, meaning that it expired in 2004. Since then, Congress has not had enough votes to continue that ban.
When you look at what they're trying to do with this legislation, is they're trying to take away a Second Amendment right.
Pennsylvania congressional members Fred Keller, Glenn Thompson, and Mike Kelly all voted no on this legislation. Kelly says this was yet another attempted gun grab by House Democrats. He released a statement following the vote, saying in part, quote, "This bill unnecessarily restricts the right of hunters and sportsmen rather than targeting violent criminals." Keller adds that instead of this legislation, Congress should focus on other issues.
They could be working on energy independence, lowering inflation, lowering the cost of gas, which would give us more economic independence. And they're not doing that. They're concerned about changing the narrative to something else. Quite frankly, the Americans want to keep their rights, their constitutional rights.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp reporting.
Rachel, thank you. Congress last month passed one of the most significant pieces of gun legislation we've seen in decades. It includes a waiting period for people younger than 21 to get a gun, closing loopholes for people convicted of domestic violence and mental health funding. Even though this assault weapons ban passed the House, it's unlikely it will pass in the Senate. And the Biden administration has declared a monkeypox as a public health emergency. Cases have been on the rise across the U.S. recently. Monkeypox cases were identified back in mid-May. More than 6,600 probable or confirmed cases now have been detected across the country in every state except for Montana and Wyoming. Some states, including California, Illinois, and New York, have already declared their own emergency, allowing them to allocate funding and resources to help fight this outbreak. Public health experts say it was past the time to declare a national emergency, pointing to the delays in ordering bulk stocks of the monkeypox vaccine, despite confirmed cases here in the U.S. Well, as we continue, we introduce you to a new furry friend that's up for adoption in our Pet of the Week segment.
Coming up, a look at this year's Gerry Rodeo, which is drawing hundreds from near and far to rural Chautauqua County. I'm Jackson Hickey. That story is next.
We're looking forward to that, Jackson. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter with a look at our weekend weather.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense Weather.
Well, welcome back, everybody. And today the dew point is still up there as it has been the past couple of days. So wanted to bring this graphic back just to talk about the dew point. So when we have low dew point values, you know, your sweat is able to evaporate into the air because there's room for that. But on days like today where the dew point is relatively high, there's nowhere for those sweat molecules to go, so it clings to you, and that's why it feels sticky on hot and humid days. Right now it's 80 degrees as of noon hour, a variable wind of 6. Look at that dew point at 69, creates a heat index of 83. That's what it feels like. It is still nasty out there, so some of you might be looking towards the pool, but even though over the next several days we are going to have rain and thunderstorm chances, it's scattered, so just be aware if you are heading out to the pool. Make sure you head indoors when thunder roars, have a lightning app on your phone that shows alerts, and just make sure you head indoors, get out of the pool, and then you can go back when the sun starts to come back out. So 60% chance of rain today, 40 tomorrow. So again, the chance of rain is really just up and away here. But it does look like by the middle of next week, we are going to dry out for at least a few days. There is a marginal risk that some of the storms could lead to flash flooding issues. So there's a marginal risk for flooding on the NOAA excessive rainfall outlook. So here's what's going on. We have this front. This time of the year, we really don't call it a front. It's a boundary. All these showers and thunderstorms sparking out ahead of this boundary. High pressure to the south. But ultimately, this boundary is still lumbering over the area, and that has been keeping the shower and thunderstorm chances in the forecast. So here's the newest run of future scan showing you those showers and thunderstorms popping up. I don't think it's going to be as widespread of coverage as what you're seeing here, but we are going to see showers and thunderstorms popping up through the afternoon. Those go to bed through the evening hours. Then tomorrow, dry with patchy morning fog. The fog burns off, then a repeat. Scattered showers and thunderstorms redevelop in the afternoon hours again. And again, you know, some of you will get nothing, some of you will get a shower. That's just the way it's going to work. And over the next 5 days here, we could be looking at a good 3/4 of an inch, upwards of an inch of rainfall. Well needed. Now the next 7 days of your life, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So 84 Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms. The temperatures come down Tuesday, but still humid. Justin, 78, 79 Thursday, less humidity, and we turn drier once again.
Absolutely, Dakota, thank you very much. Well, in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the folks at the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. Joining us live today is Rachel Spencer to talk more about this week's featured furry friend as you introduce us to our buddy Lloyd here, who's just introducing to a new thing we've never seen on the show before, a kitty go-gurt.
Yes, yep. So I like to call them kitty go-gurts. So it's a squeeze up. Basically, it's like a liquid that you can get them in various flavors. They've got like chicken, tuna, all kinds of good stuff. These are really good tools for socializing the cats. As you can see, you just squeeze a little bit out, and maybe he'll lick some of it up. Right now we've been giving him a little bit to keep him calm and everything, but it works really well as a good tool in the shelter as far as making everybody happy and everything. We try and get everybody spoiled and pampered, but
and he's so cuddly too.
He is.
He just wants to come right over.
He is a good guy.
And how old is Lloyd?
He is about 4 years old. Oops, here he goes.
He's on the prowl, everybody. This is when it gets interesting.
Right? He's like, hello.
You could let him go, but then we might never see him.
Right, yeah, exactly. Who knows where you'll end up next, huh? Yeah, but Lloyd is a sweetheart. He's around 4 years old. He's in our cat colony currently. He doesn't seem to be a huge fan of the other cats, but he does well enough that he just kind of seems to ignore everyone. But he might do better with a small family of cats, if any. Are you okay? I know I'm trying to keep you steady here. He might just roll up.
And he's so handsome too.
I
love his coat.
Yes, he's a big tomcat. You know, as far as we know, I believe he came in off the street as a stray. He's a very well socialized and adjusted cat. He's just, like I say, not a huge fan of the other felines, but again, not so bad that, you know, he couldn't be around them.
It's okay, Lloyd. I don't like other people sometimes either.
Exactly.
So I totally get it. But he is so nice, and especially for meeting a stranger.
Right?
Like,
yeah, exactly. I
real
know
happy
it.
to have me be able to pet him
Yes,
and talk to him. And I'm sure the kitty go-gurt helps.
Yes, absolutely.
Keeps our attention for the camera.
There he goes. He's getting some now. It's a
with that, I know a lot of times we do have a lot of families who maybe are looking for a first cat. Do you think Lloyd would mix well? Maybe
I
especially
think he
if they,
would do okay.
They didn't have
he
other
does
cats.
get a little persnickety sometimes, so it would just be a good one to watch with the little ones. But overall, I think he's a great cat. He would do well just about anywhere. Overall, as you can see, he's a cuddle bug, and he really just loves getting pampered. That's
right.
That's
and loves to explore. It seems like
yeah,
too.
exactly. He's ready to get down and around there.
Right. So
yeah.
Right. But yeah, so Lloyd is one of the many animals that are up for adoption at the Chautauqua County Humane Society, and of course there he is there in full screen picture and friendly, happy, ready for a home. And if you can, I'm sure if someone's interested in adopting him, they can schedule a time to meet up with him too. I know that's one.
Yeah, or
important
you can
aspect.
come in and visit. We're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays from 1 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And then Saturdays 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. as well. So you can come in and visit him. We just have to make sure we have permission from the property owner. Are you giving kisses? Oh, he's giving kisses.
Oh, yeah, and talking a little bit to us.
Yes. Oh, hello, sweetie.
And I imagine if folks do end up adopting Lloyd, we're going to have to pass along the recipe for the kitty go-gurt.
Yeah, exactly. We'll send you with a couple of these to go. Oh, for sure.
Rachel and Lloyd, thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you so
Again,
much for having us.
chqhumane.org to learn more about our friend Lloyd and set up a time to come in and meet him. Next, we take you to this year's Gerry Rodeo, which continues tonight and into Saturday. Why hundreds from across our region and country are flocking here to rural Chautauqua County.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Slow down, and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights,
Vests.
please give us some room.
slow down.
Slow down and move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
to help you,
to save you.
despite the danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please
Slow down.
Slow down.
And move over.
move over.
Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at 1ball4tc.com.
Welcome back. The oldest consecutive rodeo east of the Mississippi now in full swing. We're talking about the Gerry Rodeo, which is bringing droves of people together as part of an annual fundraiser for our local fire department. Jackson Hickey has more.
The Gerry Rodeo is back. It's 77th time being run here in Gerry, right along Route 60 in the town. Lots and lots of people here from near and far. I mean hundreds and hundreds of people from as far as Las Vegas, even outside of the U.S. And the contestants even further than that. I'm told several contestants from Brazil even. So contestants from all around the world. Now tonight was military and first responders night. All proceeds benefit the Gerry Volunteer Fire Department, who puts this rodeo on every year. It's fantastic. Now earlier I talked to Paul Cooley. He's one of the organizers behind the rodeo, and he told me just how important the rodeo is.
Exactly. Everything that we make benefits the fire department. We answer about 350 calls a year here on this busy highway. With a nursing home up here, it keeps us very busy. We average at least a call a day usually. And it's just we couldn't do it without this. This is our major fundraiser, and people should know that when they come, put their money into tickets, so they not only get great entertainment, a great meal, but they're helping the fire department to continue to help out the people.
Now, if you missed the rodeo, but you still want to attend, don't worry. It's still open Friday and Saturday evening. Gates open at 5 and the show starts at 8. Tickets $18 for adults and $12 for children 12 and under, and those 3 and under get in for free. So certainly very fun time out here in Gerry. Again, tons of people enjoying the festivities. For now, reporting in Gerry, Jackson Hickey, WNY News Now.
Yeah, Jackson should have had a yeehaw there with that.
Yeehaw, folks.
I don't know where he got that hat from, but
hey, y'all.
It's looking great.
I want that cowboy hat.
Yeah, really.
I want to know where he got that.
He's looking good, and it was packed last night. It looked like a lot of fun for sure. Well, that is it for Dakota and I this week. Of course, news 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and in our free mobile app. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.